A LIFECAST is someone's life story married to podcast technology equals LIFECAST. Basically, I go to someone's place, I interview them about their life for a couple of hours, I go away, I edit it, I add music, and then I send them a link and an MP3 that they can share with whoever they want, and it's only as far away as your phone. I decided to narrow down my clientele to just people that have a life. So if you've lived, you can get a LIFECAST. I recently talked to somebody who just turned 50, and he had a lot of things to say about that, a lot of feelings. Somebody hired me to interview their parents who had spent 50 years married together. That was really special. And I'm going to be talking to a pregnant woman who wants to talk to her unborn child about what it's like to be pregnant with him or her. We don't know yet. Oh, one of my other favorite ones. I had friends that traveled around the world for 14 months together, and I was able to talk to them on their last day of their trip, and they were able to share all of their adventures. And then when they came home, everyone that wanted to know what the trip was like, they sent them a link, and they got to hear it all. The observation deck is something that I developed when I was interviewing a lot of celebrities for magazines. I came up with a bunch of random fun questions, and I put them all on a list. And before every interview, I'd print out one of these and then just highlight a few of them that I would ask in that interview. And I found that it almost always got some interesting answer or fun anecdote, or there was always a little gold in there. So when I started doing LIFECAST, I put all these questions on cards, and they're things like, what did you get picked on for when you were a kid? Who is the most famous person you've ever been in an elevator with? Wilson Phillips, all three of them. Japan, I know you're jealous. My favorite observation deck story was I was interviewing this actress and writer named Jen Richards at my condo. And she had picked the question, what's a day from your childhood you'd like to go back and relive? And she was telling this really sweet story about her father who had passed away when she was quite young, and the sweet memory that they shared, kind of playful. And right in the middle of her story, my dog Enzo starts barking for no reason. And I'm like, I don't know why he's barking. And Jen goes, oh, it's my dad. My dad's here. And I'm like, whoa. And she goes, yeah, he shows up a lot like that. The point of this whole story is to say that ghosts are always welcome. My parents, they met at a ticker tape parade at the end of World War II. Across the street, their eyes met, and then it was on. That's not true. I totally made that up. I have no idea how my parents met. I'd never talked to them about their lives, and now they're not here anymore. And it really bothers me that I never asked them the kind of questions that I ask the people I interview. A few years ago, I got to interview Katy Perry for a magazine, and at one point, I mentioned to her that a good friend of mine had turned to her song Firework when he was going through a tough time, and the song really helped him out. And she thanked me for sharing that, and then she said, I feel like I'm doing the right thing when I'm singing that song. That's how I feel when I'm interviewing people. I feel like I'm doing the right thing. I've thought about it a lot, and I realized that why I love it so much is that it makes me feel connected to people. And I hope that with LIFECAST, I can bring that same feeling of connection to the person that I'm interviewing and to everyone who they share. I come to your place, I talk to you about your life for a couple of hours, I go away, I edit it, I send you a link in an MP3, you share it with whoever you want. Maybe you're like me and you're one of those people that always wish they had kept a journal but never did. Well, LIFECAST is a really easy, fun alternative. You don't have to be on camera. It doesn't have to be like, oh, let me lose 10 pounds first. You just talk, and I get to listen. I truly believe that one of the most valuable things that we have are our stories, and yet we don't always share them, and we don't always know the people that we love as well as we could. That's why I'm so excited to bring you LIFECAST, because everybody's got a story.